Let's go to.
Sleepy?
You like in like people from prison, you know, they have this on the top like this, you know, stuff. You like authority? Do you know authority? You little bit small and around you two big guys, you know.
We have 2 minutes. Let me go use the 2 minutes to search.
You sure?
I'm gonna bring more coffee. I wanna focus more on the class.
会离开会呢？ Are the basketball players not here today?
I don't know. I don't know where they are. Maybe they have gone out to play a game. I don't know. Okay. Now, this is we will continue our discussions from here. There are three areas. There are three situations, buying situations that the salesperson will have to face with the buyer. Do you see? There are three classes of them. There are three types of them, which we have to understand. Do you see? The first one is routine decision making. Do you see? Buyers make the decisions to buy. Do you see? The first one is routine. I'm going to explain each of these. Number two, limited decision making and extensive decision making. Now, what do you mean by routine decision making? Do you see?
What you do normally?
No, normally we make this decision every day, frequently. Do you see? It's habitual. Do you see? Now, there isn't much involvement in this decision making. Why? Because we have been purchasing the product that we have been buying almost every day, frequently. A product like toothpaste. Do you see? We don't have to spend much time, in making decision to buy. As soon as we run out, what do? We go in there and buy. But for the limited buying situation, this one here, do you see, we have been buying toothpaste all the time. But a situation is here. I'm fed up with, let's say, Pepsodent or Colgate. And I want to what? I want to change, switch. Now you see that I will not spend too much time. The time that I spend is not that extensive. If I want to switch to, let's say, Crest, you see, Crest is taking the toothpaste market. Many people are buying it. Why? They have come up with new brands. They say 3D. The 3D, when you use it, they say it removes part of the stains on your teeth. So going here, what do? You have to learn a little bit about Crest, what Crest can do for you. This is another class of decision that the buyer can buy. Now, extensive decision making. This is about a product that the consumer has never experienced buying. Do you see? So what do? The customer or the consumer will have to spend a lot of time to find to find the information. Why? The product might be expensive. It comes with high risk. Hello? It comes with high risk. If you invest the money and the decision is wrong, you see, you lose your money. Do you see? Now, there are several products that come with this. Now, for instance, if you are buying an automobile, you will not be stupid to just wake up and then go and buy the product, automobile, simply because you have the money. Or you want to buy a house. You see, whether you are a new home buyer or you have purchased a home before, you see that this is expensive and care has to be taken. You see, so you have to spend time to find what? To find information. The subdivision that you might want to live in, is it a high-risk place? Is it near the road network? Is it near a good school? Is it near a shopping mall or shopping center? Right? And the cost of it. This here, we call it extensive decision making. And look at it, high involvement. High involvement here is what? The amount of time that the buyer will have to spend regarding the purchase of the product. Why? Because of the risk in losing your money. So these are the three situations. This one here, you see low involvement. Now, if you were saying that you wanted to use that, can I have it?
Which one do you want?
No, facial tissue. You see that, how much does this cost? And if you buy this, toilet tissue, you see that we frequently buy. And therefore, there's no point in what? In wasting time to find information about toilet tissue. Because we are used to buying it. You frequently buy it. Who does not get this explanation? If you don't, please let me know. Okay. The steps that the buyer passes through in order to make the decision to buy or not to buy. You see. First of all, the need arousal. In some textbooks, it talks about what? The existence of a problem. Do you see? My shoes are run out. I have to replace the sole. I need a new pair of shoes. Or I go into my refrigerator and I realize that there's a problem there. The problem, I don't have eggs. That's a problem. And I have to fulfill that problem. And it is this problem that is pushing me the edge to buy eggs. Or I'm hungry. If you're hungry, you want to buy food to eat. What kind of food that you want to buy? Do you see? The need for food, do you see, gives you the vent to look for what? To look for information. I'm hungry right now. I need to buy food. What food? From which restaurant? So what do I have to do? I have to collect information. In some textbooks, principles of marketing textbooks, it tells you information search. And there are various places, various areas, various sources where information can be collected. Various sources. One, from within yourself, from the family members, from friends, from books, from magazines. And you see that you go to the mall to find information. Where can I eat? The information will give you the description of the various places that you can buy the food to eat. So you engage in information search. Then you make an assessment of the information so collected. You see, fast food, compare prices, McDonald's, Burger King, Hardee's, and so forth and so on. You compare prices, the quality of these fast food restaurants. Now, this is giving you what? The chance to make what? A decision where you feel that it will be. Hello. Good for you to buy your food. Now, having evaluated, made an assessment of the information so collected, then you make the decision. In some textbooks, it will tell you that you have what? The evoked set. EVOKED. Evoked set. Evoked set is what? Assuming that you want to go to dinner, go in for dinner. Do you see? Then, I want to go to Bob Evans. I want to go to the Ryans. Or I go to Bellasino's. Do you see? Or you want to go to the Shawnee's. Now, from these four could be the evoked set. It is from this four that you are going to what? Make your selection. The evoked set. Narrowing down. You want to buy an automobile. Do you see? So, we have various types of automobile. You have to have what? We narrow it down to your the number of automobiles, the brands from which you can make a selection. The Toyotas, assuming that you want to buy a luxury car. The Lexus, Acura, this car that I like so much because of the logo in front of it, the Cadillac, Infiniti. Do you see? BMW. Do you see? These are all luxury automobiles. Now, these five could be your evoked set. And from this, you make what? You make the decision to buy. I want to buy. I forgot my automobile, Audi. I have to include Audi for me because that is the automobile I want to buy. So I make a decision. I'm buying Audi. So what do? I purchase Audi. Now, if you purchase Audi or BMW or from the evoked set, you own it. It is yours. You use it. You have to make an evaluation whether or not your selection, the decision that you have made,
Hey, I love you.
the decision that you have made, the product that you invest your money in meets your expectation. If it meets your expectation, then it means that you are satisfied with it. Otherwise, you are what? Dissatisfied. Do you see? You are either satisfied or dissatisfied. Now, sometimes, here, do you see? We have this concept here, dissonance. Dissonance is what? The mental frustrations that we go through go through when a decision to purchase a particular product is made. You go to the dealership and then you pick up the Audi. You pick up the gray color. You see. As soon as you pay for it, you see, you begin to wonder if you have made the right decision. Otherwise, a wrong decision. The color alone, how is it that my friends are going to say about this color? What is it that my relatives are going to say about this color? That is the issue about dissonance. The mental worries that we go through. So instances are there that when we buy and then we get home, what happens? Your own children are going to tell you, you were not going to use this. You see? So as soon as you pay for it, what have I done? Do you see? Is the price right? Maybe if I had gone to buy the X6 or X5, the price would have been cheaper for me. You see, price, for instance, can give you that kind of mental torture. The SUV. Why is it that I didn't go in there to buy the Cadillac? Why this? Why? That is cognitive dissonance, the mental worries that we go through if we decide on a product or on a service to purchase. Why didn't I move into this subdivision and live here? Why? Dr. John Sneed, when I got here, pushed me to so many places to buy a house. Virginia side and West Virginia side. There was a house in West Virginia on Concord Road that he took me there. And the price, I felt that was unaffordable. It had been set at about $300. Even in those days, do you see, prices of houses were going down. Today, do you see, when he showed me the place, and we went there with my wife said, no, we cannot live here. Then we came to the present area that we live. When my wife saw the floor of the house, she said, this is where I want to live. John Sneed was not there. So when I came here, I knew what was going to happen. I called John, and he came and said, look, John, you are a married man, and you know how powerful women are. My wife says, he doesn't like that house. So we decided on where we are now. When we decided, you see, I was beginning to wonder, is this place safe? Is the price correct? You see, I was going through brainstorming myself. That is dissonance. And all of us go through this. Is the price right? Am I going to live in the right subdivision? What is it that my neighbors, how are they going to treat me? You see, and I have to be concerned about this because I'm a black man going to live only among white people. And today, quite remember, my wife was going to Ghana and I had tomatoes at the back of my house. I planted it. They were creeping on the floor. When I came back, this state trooper, MRKT, had put stakes on all of them without me asking him to do it for me. You see, sometimes summer is coming. When the leaves fall, and I'm blowing the weeds, the leaves, my cat will come and help me. Do you see? This has eased that kind of frustrations that I had. That if I live among my own black people, I wouldn't get this kind of treatment. You see what I'm talking about? I wouldn't get this kind of treatment. Sometimes Christmas, I am not there, but even when I'm not there, I'm in Ghana, my wife and my kids are there. My next door neighbors, they will put Christmas cards there, they will give them this thing, Christmas presents. Even Thanksgiving, they will give us cake. Hey, Dr. B, this is what we have. You see, here, you as the salesperson, you try and ease, you see, that tension, that bruise in the mind of the customer. You have to do that. How do we do this? Do you see? You can call the buyer. Now, if you do that, then the buyer might say, oh, I have made the right decision. It's good. Do you see? It gives the assurance to the buyer. And we have to learn this tomorrow as managers. Talk to our salespersons to call back and then find out. When you call, it is an assurance that the product is indeed good. The chapter deals with the psychology of buying. Do you see? Do you see? We look at this. This shows. Do you see the factors that influence the customer's decision to buy? Do you see? Now you look at personal influences. You see, personal influence is what will influence the customer to buy or not to buy. You see, it depends upon the income. If you don't have the cash, the green leaves, you forget about this. You see, the age, the gender, and the situation. If you go in there to buy a wedding gown, this morning they were showing the royal wedding in May. You see, Prince Charles' second child, boy, is getting married. Are you aware of that? He's getting married to a black woman in California. This is very, very unusual. Newcastle is a conservative family, the royal family, very, very conservative. And for the Queen Mother to accept this model, it's something that people have been debating.
I think it's more like maybe political, or something too,
Excuse me. Again?
I think it's more like political too, like.
Political.
Yeah.
Political.
Yeah.
Why political?
Because she's a black woman, and it's like royal family, and they choosing, they choose like to who he should marry it, and like black woman, it's how you said, it's unusual, and they wanna like it's gonna show like what they have a good relationships like with I don't know, like black people.
I think they just liked each other. I don't think that they have like arranged marriages anymore.
No, yes, they like each other too, but he can have like almost like any woman like he wants.
I think she's mostly white though. She's only like part black.
Is the lady white? No, the lady is a black woman, black model.
I don't know. When I see her, I see her as like a white woman that's maybe mixed with a little something. Like, I don't see her as a black woman.
Now she's mixed, but you see that no matter what it is, as soon as if you're a white woman and then you go in to have a child, baby, with a black woman. The other time I asked my friend, Dr. Bob Vickers, but what is this that any child born of white and black is always defined as black? Why? He could not offer any reasonable answer. Yes, he could not. And at Morehouse College, there was a guy there who didn't know his identity because the father was white, the mother was black, like Obama. You see?
I don't see why people put so much emphasis on white and black. I mean, I've never really understood that. I've always been. I believe that there's no such thing as race, just ethnicity, different ethnicities. But people today want to label everyone white, black, or whatever race they want that makes them comfortable.
And looking at Newcastle, do you see? This lady has no business going there, but things are changing. Do you see? Things are changing. Formerly, I wouldn't be standing here in front of teaching white people. Is it not true? Mm-hmm. Yes. Formerly, I would not be standing in front of you here. But things are changing. Even as sometimes when I discuss with my friends, when I started my master's at Clark Atlanta, even the black students there, African American students, it was difficult integrating with them. Yes. They look at you as what? An inferior black person. But today it's not like that. Today, it's not like that, too much like that in West Virginia. As I was telling you, I'm the only black person with my wife in that subdivision. I get help from them, from the white people. Yes, I get help from them. And I have been fighting people who try all the time to say the white person is not good. I fight them. I say, come and see where I live. The way that my neighbors treat me. You see? On April 2nd, my cousin, who has died, I went to Atlanta to visit him. When I was coming on 77 North, Lake Norman, you know where Lake Norman is?
Yeah, my uncle.
If I had gone a little 20 yards close to the bridge, I wouldn't be standing here. So, somebody who maybe he was drunk or something, I didn't know, knocked me into the gutter. I was dazed. I didn't know where I was. When I recovered, I realized that all the police officers were all white. I said, oh, I'm in trouble. But I spotted one black police officer. I got out, and I didn't even find my insurance. The white police officer who handled the case, he came. Calm down. Don't worry if you cannot find the insurance. I knew what was going to happen. So I crossed the road. And I found two white men standing there. Listen carefully. And I have been telling my friends. One of them said, look, man, don't talk. Don't say anything to the police. It is because of you that the two of us are standing here. Don't say anything. You see what I'm talking about? If things have not changed, they would have gone away. If I died, was it their concern? No. It was the evidence, the information they gave to the police that was used by the police. You see the point I'm making? The question is, is it true that the white person is bad? No, against the black man, the black person. Some. Yes, some. Just as some black people don't like white people, it is the same thing. Had it not been these people, you see, the police would have given me the citation. And indeed, the guy who hit me had even called Geico that I hit him. Do you see? But, do you see, I was saved by the two white men standing there. They stopped there, they said, don't say anything. I didn't say anything. It was the evidence they gave me. Put your feet down, please. Don't do that. Do you see, it is wrong to say in absolute terms the white person is not good. Not. It is absolutely not true. There are some that are not good, but some are good. I called the police officer who handled me, but 10 p.m., he wanted me to go to the hospital. He stood there. I said no, because that was close to exams. So I wanted to come. The police officer made sure that a Disney towing truck was available there. I left the place before the police officer left. I called to thank him. I call to thank those two witnesses. You see. That guy is getting married. Harry is going to get married. And this morning, they were talking about what? The wedding dress for the wife. It is the situation that is giving rise to the purchase of this wedding dress. I hope you understand this explanation. Now, we have the psychological influences. You see, the past experiences of the buyer. You look at the personality. You see, the attitudes and the beliefs of the individual. What is it what are the values of the buyer? And what perception? You see that perceptions tend to be what? Different from one person to the other. You look at social influences, culture. Culture plays a very important role in purchase decisions. Social class. All of us are not in the same class. We belong to different classes. Look at the situation that I was describing about Newcastle. They belong to a different class. Here in the United States, the Kennedys, if you are born into that home, as soon as you turn 18, go and do the research, go and do the search. They put what? $1 million into your account. Head Start. They belong to what? Economically, they belong to a certain class. I belong to a certain class. My purchase decisions reflects the class that I make, the class in which I am. You look at friends. Friends influence our purchase decisions. You see? The groups that we belong to. There are certain behaviors that your group members will not let you do. Dressing. If you belong to a certain group, you will not be allowed to behave in a certain way. And your family. Sometimes your own children. Have impact on the decisions that you make in buying. We have to be aware of this. If you want to go to dinner, your own children, the kids are telling you, hey, mommy, daddy, this is where we want to eat. Do you see? At lunch, for instance, the child or children will want to go where? They want to go to McDonald's. Why? Because of the decorations there. Playground, they want to be there and play. You see? Now, what is that? What is the motivation? The need arousal. We talked about this. Information, we search for information. Then we make an assessment of the information that we collect. Then we make purchase decisions where we narrow down. You see the book set from which we make a selection. And after investing money in the product or in the service, we have to make an evaluation, make an assessment whether we are happy, satisfied with the product or we are not happy with it. That is post-purchase. You see, post-purchase behavior. See, so yeah. Now, satisfied customers are easier to sell to. You have to understand it. So there's no point to waste time here. If the customer is satisfied, the product the customer buys meets the expectations of the customer comes back to buy. It is very, very simple. And we have to make our presentations. We do not have to be traditional salespersons. We have to be professional. Explain the product, the benefits that the product will give to the buyer. If we do this, then the buyer knows that we care about them. Right? So, we end this chapter here. Do you see? Now, if I don't know where to pick up this video, I don't know if I have even installed this, but I have the PowerPoints on Moodle that you can access. Now, there is another textbook. I think I have the textbook with you. That is easier to read and understand. I have the PowerPoints are hidden. If you can distinguish between the two, I can make those PowerPoints available. I have given a copy of the textbook to my friend in front here to read, to guide, to help his group in the writing of the project. It is very easy to read that one. Now, if you have questions for chapter 4, please ask for us to try to solve the problem for you. And otherwise, then we move to chapter 5, which is on communication. Let's go. Oh, let us introduce this because we have only about how do I get to
What do you need to get to?
yeah chapter 5?
Is it online?
Huh?
Do you get to it through online?
Yes.
Okay, the internet. You need to exit out of that.
Oh, okay, thank you. Chapter 5 is on What is this?
Go back.
I should go back?
Yeah. Okay, now press which one you want to log in as, I guess.
Press
top
what?
one. The top one, I guess. You just need to log in.
Here?
Yeah.
Hey, that's what I did.
Now press sign in, yeah. You pressed forgot password last time. It's already got your password in. No. Just go press sign in.
Yeah, let me sign in.
Yeah.
No. Oh, we can do something. Now, this is chapter 5. This is chapter 5. We finished with chapter 4. Remember, you have a test. When is it due? Is that the 16th or no? Is that the 23rd? 20th? No, it has to be 20. I think 23rd or something like that.
Yeah, I think it's the 20th to the 23rd.
That's when the test is.
And it's on chapters 1, 2, and 4.
Skip 3.
Don't forget. We have seen this here, the 3 business life. Here we are looking at communication. Do you see? Now, this you look at this here, the golden rule here of communication. As a salesperson, you should have the skills to communicate with your customer. And the golden rule here is that you have to be what? Be effective in what? In communicating with your customer. How do we communicate? We communicate with words, body language. Do you see? Body language is not expressed. Non-spoken language. Visual aids, be able to explain the visual aids to their customer. Be a good listener. Do you see? Customers come, customers ask questions. We cannot sufficiently answer their questions, appropriate answers, unless we listen, and then respond. Unselfish, don't be selfish to help a person make the correct buying decisions. And you see that we have 3 types of salespersons: the traditional, professional, and the golden salesperson. Don't be a traditional salesperson that you are only pushing to make money. You have to be concerned with the needs of the buyer. If the customer's needs are served, the customer will come back. We have the repeat customers. The customer becomes a lifetime customer. We make money if we have built the good relationship with our customers. And as we see, it takes 2. It takes 2 to communicate. You see, we have to let the customer know. Talk to the customer. You see, here, sales content communication is the act of transmitting verbal and non-verbal information and understanding between the seller and the buyer. Talk to the customer who is buying the product. Describe the product. Let the customer know the benefits to be generated, to be derived. My friends, stop laughing. Stop laughing. And stop making noise with the gum in your mouth. This is a classroom. You can go and make the noise their mouth outside. So, what did you say? What did I hear? We stop on this. We will pick up from here on Wednesday, unless you have questions.
Well, Jai,
Mm.
you must have